Okay, I think it's going. This is the 11/11 full portal full moon in Taurus reading. I did things a little bit differently. I ended up pulling cards last night, and then I decided to do a pick a card. So there's 3 piles to choose from. I'll go ahead and share the message that I wrote down, and I'll go over the main cards, and then we'll pick for further clarification. I did pull crystals out of my pouch also, and I'll get to the meaning of these guys. So, some themes that are going on in the energy right now. There's a lot of activations, so you could have some kind of enhancement in your psychic gifts, sudden realizations, downloads, dreams being super realistic or prophetic, maybe doing some kind of astral traveling, increased in synchronicities. Your sleep could be different, either sleeping a lot or not at all. I mean, everybody's different and depends on how best you integrate things. So there's also heightened awareness, and that's around like what brings you joy and what doesn't. And there's a big focus about manifestation and taking the physical steps necessary to bring this vision into reality. What needs to be released in order to get the energy flowing so that we can meet the universe halfway. New things can't come in if we don't make room for them. And this also, I believe, has to do with setting boundaries and taking time for self-care through times of transition. In regards to boundaries, it could be maybe changing old ones or being more flexible in certain areas than you were before, being more open to things. Taking time to center and ground your energy will help with these fluctuations. Also, salt baths. I've been taking a lot of them, and I kind of make it like a grounding and cleansing with gratitude type ritual. So just use crystals that call to you. Some essential oils. I use lavender and frankincense. It just depends. You can light some incense. Smudge the space. Bless or thank the water before you get in, so that you are bathing in gratitude and you are grateful for the life-giving substance. Also, connecting to the higher self has been a pretty big theme lately, or having some type of daily spiritual practice that allows you to tune into your heart space. That's really important. We are still in the process of trying to rebirth our inner child. I mean, that's been going on since eclipse season. I've been talking about it for a while. Rebirthing our inner child into the physical, and this energy is super supportive if we're willing to take the time to do this inner work and reroute our trigger response patterns. This is how we ultimately end up making room for these new things to manifest. It's emotional before it's physical, but they work in tandem with each other. I want to talk about a vision I had when I was meditating the other day, connecting with my higher self, just trying to get a focus on what was going on, and this is what I saw. Excuse my drawing, but this is how it came out. So when I grounded my energy into the core of the earth, the core looked like an ovary, and the energy that I was grounding was like a fallopian tube, and this ovary was about to release an egg for fertilization. So that to me is like a potential future creation, just waiting for the masculine aspect to seed the potential. Now, since I'm a female and this is hypothetical, I mean, obviously the masculine aspect to seed the potential is to take the physical steps to bringing this thing into reality, to bring this creation into being, this inner vision that I have. But it could be I as in like what the collective is going through right now. So this is the earth, this is the core of the earth. It's obviously over exaggerated. That's me meditating and the core connecting. So we're trying to bring this rebirth version of ourselves to the forefront, preparing for 2020. That's clear vision. That's the integrated higher self awareness into the physical. That's our inner child rebirthed. It's that divine innocence through our adult mind. So we know how to protect that energy. We know how to nurture that energy. We don't require that from anybody else. We know there is no separation, and it's that kind of a energetic theme that we need to maintain in order to stay balanced. And I'll get more into the tarot of this too. I shared a link for that meditation a while ago on the Everyday Alchemy page, so check that out. So without further ado, let's just get to the overall theme of the cards. So we've got past lives and understanding, integration and schizophrenia, new vision, and beyond illusion. So it's like through understanding our past lives and the conditioning that our souls go through, we are now at this point to where we can integrate that higher consciousness. Like, look at this card. That's integrating that higher mind and bringing it down into the physical. And this is bridging the gap between that illusion of separation. There is no separation. And I was just talking about that. And it's taking that new vision, that new seed, and seeing beyond the illusion of not being able to have that come to fruition. Like, what can we do to make this a reality? And then the bottoms of all the decks, we've got Two of Pentacles. That's making a decision, balancing priorities. That's that masculine and feminine energy, inner and outer world, light and dark, heart and mind, like all of that. And there's also an infinity symbol there. So it's balancing. It's a balancing act and keeping that energy moving so that it doesn't get out of control. We've got, it could also indicate indecision. So needing to make a decision one way or the other. And then we've got koala, empathy. So speak less and listen more. That's also going back to that energy of taking the pause before you just react. We've got acceptance, and that is accepting that nothing is missing from you. The quote that goes with this card is, when I found, what was it? When I accept myself, I find love. So there is, you're not separate from anything. And that's another theme that came through in these cards. And then we have success. So when I think about this card and being successful, and with the, as intense as this energy is for manifesting, whether you can or you can't, you're right. It just depends on what you put that energy into. Where is your focus going? Are you willing to understand and let go and realize that the cage was never locked? We were just never shown. And it's seeing beyond the illusion, having empathy and compassion for those that just don't get it, or, you know, letting go of situations, seeing things from another perspective. So then the crystals that I pulled, this is, it's crazy. Okay, so this is a fire agate, and it looks like a fetus to me. And fire agate shields from ill wishes with a return to sender type of vibe. So if somebody's like throwing shade at you, it kind of goes back to them so that they can see where the source of their own hatred is coming from. Because really, we're here to support and uplift each other. It's just, it's a more pleasant, easier way to live, if you ask me. So it also helps you stay focused to ground your inner drive into the physical, having that creative vision, bringing it to the forefront. Then we got the corn. And the corn is a symbol of fertility and rebirth, abundance, prosperity, growth. I mean, from one little kernel, you get a whole stalk, and you get a bunch more. We've got the feather of Maat. So that's that, the light-hearted, balanced, purity of heart type energy. And then the quartz with the satin spar selenite in there. It's like grounding that intention of purity into the physical. It's purity of heart in the physical, acting from a point of balance, seeing beyond the illusion, having this integration, this accumulation of everything, and not feeling separate from it anymore, and reintegrating those higher thought processes into our awareness. So let's get into pile 1. We got the Elephant. It says you will overcome any obstacles. For the tarot cards, we've got the Six of Cups and the Queen of Wands. And we've got Miracle and Impatience, and that's solar plexus and throat chakra. So when I'm looking at this, the Queen of Wands is about courage and confidence, independence, determination. The cat down at the bottom is symbolic that she is in touch with her shadow. Stepping into your power through doing the inner work to pursue what keeps you motivated, to bring your creative vision into reality. Do you see this theme already just kind of recycling over and over? So it's like this through all the piles. She also has an energy about her that is a natural born leader, so it's getting yourself out there, speaking your truth, motivating others, or networking with other people that share the same vision. And we've also got the Six of Cups, so that's happiness, joy, reminiscing, childhood memories, getting back in touch with your inner child and authentic self, finding a new way to look at life, like through the eyes of a child. Lighthearted and curious. And when you start looking at your life without hanging on to regret, it makes these obstacles so much smaller, and you can just walk right over them. It's like they were nothing. But be patient for this thing that wants to come in, because it doesn't, hard work doesn't happen overnight, So be patient because it's coming. Just stay focused on yourself and stay driven, and be prepared to reap the rewards, and know that you're going to overcome whatever obstacle has been stopping you from getting this new version of yourself out into the world. So then pile 2, we've got Moose, Authority. It says you know what's best for you. Rider-Waite cards, we've got the Hanged Man and the Seven of Pentacles. We've got Workaholic and Creation, again with the creation energy and like what we're passionate about. So the Hanged Man, it's like taking a pause, surrendering, letting go, new perspective, yet again the same themes. Learning to take a pause and reroute trigger responses, to observe the self and learn how to open up to new opportunities. Also, sometimes the universe forces us to take a pause, like through like some kind of ill health or something that comes up that way. If you don't make time for your wellness, expect to take time for your illness, or something like that. There's a saying about it. So some kind of health issue can force us into taking a break to practice self-care. And then the Seven of Pentacles got having a long-term vision, perseverance, hard work that leads to success. It also heeds caution to don't overdo it. So there's something about this, and like you should know when you need to take a break. And then we also have the Workaholic card. So there's a theme about like working too hard or not taking enough time to take care of yourself to have this new creation come through. This can also be about the boundaries thing and knowing where to invest your time and energy into things that don't just like zap or drain it all from you without getting any kind of reward. So make room for relationships that are giving and receiving, and that's people, places, things that help support you be your best version of yourself. Like if you can't always give the self-care, make sure that you're around nurturing people that genuinely care about you. And then yeah, this is throat chakra. This is all chakras. So it's speaking your truth. And do what makes you happy. Don't do it to make Don't wear yourself out doing it. Don't overdo it and make what you love turn into something that you despise. But ultimately, in the end, you know what's best for you. So that is pile 2, and some energies that you might need to work with or look at that might pertain a little bit more to you for this 11/11 portal and the Taurus full moon today. So pile 3, we've got Hawk, and it says focus, choose your priorities, and eliminate all distractions. Tarot cards, King of Pentacles and the Death card. And then we've got perseverance and recovery. So getting into this, with this Death card, this is endings, transformation, transitions. I did notice that there are 2 towers in the background right here, and the sun is shining through it, but it's like it's setting, and I couldn't help but think it looks like some kind of gateway into something new, and that's perfect for the 11/11 gateway because it's what it's like. So learning how to let go of unhealthy situations, that's also boundary related. It can mean sudden changes coming, to let go of the old to make room for the new. Now this with the King of Pentacles, this is like cutting away that old stuff, so, and staying focused with this Hawk here. Financial security. He's got bulls on his throne, like the Taurus bulls. So, and this is the Taurus full moon. So there could be a change in finances or how you make money. Maybe you've got a job coming through or some kind of business offer. This is someone who's ambitious and able to focus on a plan, follow it through, and then actually end up being successful. Self-discipline and wise investments can help bring your creative vision into reality. If you know what you have to work with, you can use what you have to get what you want, so to speak. I mean, that's a theme that comes up quite a bit. So, and this is like breath. This is like breathing new life into something. Like the pain of the past is opening up new doors. And this is the third eye chakra. And then this is the sacral. So this is very much about creative vision. So choose how you want to focus your energy. The more you can focus this energy of authenticity and purity of heart, like with these, to nurture these seeds that we have, that we're planting with our energy. The more that we can maintain an open mind and heart, then we will be able to bring this new vision into fruition. So this has been a really cool reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Happy full moon, everyone. Let me know if it resonates.